So some advice for Academy peer teachers is always carry an umbrella. This can come in handy, especially with Tennessee weather when you're not really sure if it's going to rain or not. So always keep one of these on hand so you're not stuck walking in the rain to the main campus. And number two is be careful on the hill walking from the academy to the main campus. This hill can become extremely icy and wet during the winter months after it snowed. So be very careful walking back and always just be careful of your surroundings so you don't trip or fall or injure yourself. And also, always be aware of your time schedule. If you have homeroom at the main campus, make sure you know exactly what time that starts because times can be different between the main campus and the academy. So always make sure you know what time your next class is so you can be on time for that. So just stay safe and prepared and on time.
If you get a different mentoring teacher than the one who nominated you, don't freak out. It might take a little bit longer to get adjusted, but it'll work out fine. Just make sure you ask questions, and if you need to, write things down to remember them. It will work out fine in the end, and you'll feel like you've had that teacher forever.
I was originally asked to peer teach for Miss Myers, but instead I got assigned to Miss Kemp, and it honestly wasn't that big of a deal. I just didn't panic, and it was fine. All the teachers at William Blunt are really nice and accommodating to your needs, and just ask them how they run their classroom, and it'll be pretty easy to figure out. Just don't freak out.
So my advice to any peer teacher who is assigned a different mentoring teacher is just be extremely open. I actually experienced this for the first time this year. Luckily for me, I slightly knew the teacher out of class, yet I never had her as a teacher. Um, but the best thing is just to be open, express your thoughts and feelings, learn his or her teaching style and organization skills. This will help you communicate better with the teacher and be able to suggest more ideas to maybe increase your relationship with each other. If you realize that she puts all of her papers in this one stack but can't find them, maybe suggest a tool for organizing all of these, which will ultimately help you grade papers or find papers. So just be very open. Don't be too scared to express your thoughts because that teacher knows that you're nervous, but they will help you get through that process and your peer teaching experience will be just as good as any others would.
If I was a peer teacher for a teacher that I did not previously have, I would ask many questions. I would wonder about grading or passing out papers or any help in general, just to make sure I get an idea of what their teaching style is like and how I can be of service to them.
If you are peer teaching for a teacher who did not nominate you, I think one of the best things that you could do is establish a good student-teacher relationship with them and find out what they expect of you as a peer teacher with working with the students and just you as a peer teacher in general.
Record. My most awkward situation is having to correct a person that I have a personal connection with. And I handle that by continuing to remain professional and tell them how to do it properly and what needs to be done.
Had to handle as a peer teacher has probably been confidently telling the class the wrong answer and then having a kid correct me on it. And when that happens, I just kind of admitted my mistakes and moved on. Kind of embarrassing. I think a sophomore tried to flirt with me once. That was really awkward. I just sort of tried to ignore it and keep going on. And other than that, my peer teaching experience has gone over really, really smoothly, and I've been really, really lucky for that.
What was the most awkward situation and how did I handle it? I would say going up in front of the class for the first time was the most awkward because it's a little bit of a stage fright. It's a new class, you don't really know them, and you just got to keep your voice steady and speak clearly and it'll all be well.
I didn't have many awkward situations. There was only one that I was unsure about. A girl started yelling at a boy during the class about something, I'm not really sure, but I told them to stop and I just went focused back to the schoolwork. It happened during editing or vocab, so the teacher was out of the room at the moment. So I just focused back on the schoolwork and they stopped, so yeah.
Peer teaching is one of the most fun electives. It taught me that patience and kindness is the key to helping others. Through peer teaching, I've learned that I thoroughly enjoy helping people learn and seeing people grow as students. Peer teaching has helped me realize that my passion is French and that I want to one day pursue a career in the French field.
Teaching has taught me that I have a lot less patience than I thought I did, and a lot less tolerance for other people's just random crap. I've learned how to quickly grade things. My memorization skills have gotten a lot better. It's also taught me the value in different types of people and learning how to recognize how different people learn and work with them. It's also helped teach me that it's good to know a whole bunch of different people and not just the types of people that you normally deal with. Peer teaching has also taught me that I don't really want to teach ever. So that's good to know moving forward with my life.
While I've never particularly ever thought about becoming a teacher, peer teaching's made me realize that I definitely never want to become a teacher. However, peer teaching for a basic class has made me realize that I do have a lot more patience for people than I originally thought, and a lot of these students are smart in their own ways and not just academically.
Peer teaching has taught me a lot about patience, whether it's being patient about answering the same question multiple times or being patient when a student needs a lot of help and you have to stick with them for a long time. It taught me how teachers are willing to help students in any way possible and that they do numerous things that people don't see. They don't see that teachers do these things, whether it's staying after school for hours to help or coming in early or maybe giving them an extension on homework because they had a really rough night the night before.
What I've learned most about myself while peer teaching is that I need to find the middle ground. Not everything is black and white. The easiest solution is not always the best solution. And that's really what I've been focusing on most while peer teaching, is finding the best solution.